Hi there, welcome to Homekeepers and happy Valentine's Day. You know, back in the olden days, there was a song, when love makes the world go round, love makes the world go round. Someone soon will love you if no one loves you now. I don't know if that's true or not. I do know that God loves you all the time, and it's a wonderful thing that we can just celebrate a day talking about love and bringing you some of the pretty things like roses and chocolate food and all of this that just kind of makes the whole year a little bit better. So I hope that you're doing something to celebrate this day, and this is going to be a great program. I'm going to have my best friends on here today, and that's Stephanie and Wanda, and they're in the kitchen right now. They're going to make something really interesting I'll tell you about in a minute, but we're going to talk later, you know, about marriage, which should be that epitome of love in our society. Boy, this is a tough one because marriage is supposed to illustrate Christ and the church. And that's the reason for marriage. It wasn't designed to make you happy, designed to make you holy. And so the girls are going to talk about that, and we all come from different backgrounds and all, but we're together in the Lord Jesus Christ, which embodies love. All right, and later in the program, Rosa Clifford is going to show us how to make a simple Valentine's cards. You'll want to watch that and maybe do that with the kids sometime. But right now we're going to go into the kitchen with Wanda and Stephanie and a chocolate cheese shaped ball into a heart. It tastes so good, I have no words to express it. So we'll give it to Wanda and Stephanie and show us how to make this marvelous cheese dip, okay?
Here we are. So I get an email from Arthelene, and it says we need something for Valentine's Day. And I knew I wanted something different because after 10,000 shows of Homekeepers, I knew we needed something different. So I found this toffee chocolate chip Valentine's Day cheese ball. And I thought it sounded so delicious because it's sweet and cheesy. Usually with the cheese ball, you put something savory in it.
Yeah, you do.
But this was a sweet one, so I thought we definitely needed to try it. So it's super simple to make. We have 8 ounces of cream cheese. Wanda's going to be my sous chef today.
Let's see if I can just get it all over myself.
Yeah, that's when the powdered sugar. This morning when I mixed and the powdered sugar came in, it was like it was all over the place. Okay, so 8 ounces of cream cheese softened.
Thank you.
And then we have a half a cup of unsalted butter softened. And
Yep.
I'm just going to whip these up real quick until
That's
they're
your job.
fluffy.
Okay.
And I'm going to share while I'm fluffing that this beautiful arrangement, all it is chocolate cake mix in a heart pan with red frosting and sprinkles. That's how easy you could do something at home if you didn't want to go, you know, if you didn't want to buy all kinds of different ingredients and stuff like that. Super simple. Look how cute. And it smells delicious.
It was so easy to do.
So easy. So you're just going to fluff up the cream cheese and the butter.
Tell me when you're ready.
Yep, and then we have powdered sugar and we have brown sugar. And if you want to just tell us how much is it?
It's this
2/3 cup?
No, 3/4 cup.
3/4 cup. Okay.
Well, that's just sticking. I hate to stick my fingers in it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then brown sugar is, I think, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar.
Right. So we're gonna get those all mixed up.
Yep.
Let me get in there and get those done.
Get her done.
Get her done. I was just telling myself this week, like, I need to get back into it. Like, I've lost my mojo at home of doing, like, special stuff like this.
I get it. I get it.
And now it's time for me to get back into it. So I probably make the cupcakes before I made the cheese ball because I think my family would like that better.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm going to go up a little bit just to get a little more fluff, make a little more noise.
There you go.
It's always fun. So then we have, what, miniature little chocolate chips?
It's a half a cup of this and then a half a cup of toffee bits. It's so yummy.
Crazy. Crazy good. Wait till you see how pretty this is. And it's just so different. I love different stuff. Okay, that looks pretty darn fluffy.
And you know what's nice about doing such simple little recipes? It makes you look good.
Yes.
People love it. They go, oh man, how'd you do this?
Right.
And I'm like, well.
Yeah. We need the recipe. It's like you don't even really need a recipe because it's that simple.
It's
so that's
that simple.
a half a cup of each, right?
Half a cup, yeah.
Yeah, half a cup
You
of
think
little...
I read it to you? You think I
Yeah.
remember? No. Okay, there you go.
Half a cup of the little chocolate chips and half a cup coffee bits. I'll get it.
There you go.
I'll get it. You know what we decided this morning too, once we might have tasted this just a little bit, Arthelene and I, that this would make a yummy frosting.
You know, I bet it really would.
Like so good, like cream cheese frosting with chocolate chips and toffee bits.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm just
because
telling you.
like you could just sit here and just eat, like I could take this up to my office and just eat it out of the bowl. That's
You know
how
what you
good
could
it is.
do? You could make a nice chocolate cake and do it in the 2 single layer pans and then just frost just the middle and then top the chocolate and top the top. And you don't really need to do the sides because
Right.
it's so sweet.
Yeah, and they call it like a half naked cake or something. Don't
Well,
they call it?
I'm not really sure. I've not heard that term before, but that's all right.
Okay, so now let me show you how beautiful this turns out. So you want to put this in plastic wrap in the refrigerator for a couple hours because right now it's just
It's too warm.
it's way too soft. Now, if
ready?
you don't want to make this into a heart, you can just make it into a cheese ball.
Yep.
Okay, but we went fancy today and we made
There
it
you
into
go.
a heart.
Can you see that?
It's a little crooked. It's a crooked heart, but fair warning, okay? We used,
It wasn't crooked. I did it.
oh, you just took it out of the shop.
I did? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to help.
I'm just a little fair warning. I used the sugar sprinkles. Okay, you know how there's the other sprinkles that are like candy sprinkles. These are sugar sprinkles, and these make quite the mess. Okay, so just be aware. It's okay. It's okay to be messy in the kitchen and get the kids in the kitchen and do this. But just beware that the sugar sprinkles are kind of messy. Okay, so now we're gonna try it. Okay, so I would do apples. Okay, Arthelene got these little chippy things.
The rice thins.
Rice thins. So you want to try?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's so good. I already know it's so good because I tried it. I might have licked the spatula.
I
this
think
morning.
my granddaughters would prefer apples. Can I go to my office for
It is
this?
so delicious. It's so simple.
Yummy.
Listen, you want this recipe? You can get it for free. All of the information is going to come up on your screen. Email's usually best. Whatever you need to do, just let Wanda know. Okay? We'll be back with you.
If you would like a copy of today's recipe, you may receive it by contacting us through social media as listed on the screen. When requesting a copy through the mail, be sure to include a self-addressed stamped envelope. Thank you, and please know we always appreciate hearing from our viewers.
I tell you, when Rosa Clifford comes here, all the excitement, energy just kind of picks up. We're glad you're back.
Thank you for having me back, Arthelene.
The first thing I want to do before we get to Valentine's is she made this one for me in 2008. I looked at the signature on it, and I keep it on a display in my office because it's got everything, you know, that's going on over there where I'm sitting for Homekeepers. And I've often said, if anybody ever throws away a Rosa card, it's sacrilegious. Something should happen to them.
Thank you. I'm so glad you still have it. I can't believe we've been besties for like 10 years now.
It looks like
Whoa,
it.
wow.
This lady has been on Martha Stewart. She recognized her great talent. And so, first of all, show us something that that's a little bit more involved, and then we'll show you what you can do for children.
Okay.
That really, when it's finished, it looks like yours have so many dimensions, Tim. That's why I like it.
That's the secret of it. I buy little foam adhesives that have a little height to them, and that gives depth to every piece of artwork I do. I call it artwork, not just cards. But okay, we've got Valentine's from very easy to the craft lovers out there. So we'll start with the crafty people. I call this Junk Drawer Valentine. And what I basically did is I went into my craft drawer and I pulled out everything pink and red, a little metallic that I had there, and I just started putting together in one giant heart. I start with the larger items to give my base, because as you see, the one that's made, I have the larger items down there kind of underneath first. Go to my Instagram, Rosa Clifford. I've got a photo of this if you want to use it as a reference for your own. I used paper flowers, buttons, beads, confetti, and you can come and pull together your own really special handmade Valentine for your loved one. I mean, if you have a golfer, you can use a golf tee and paint it red, or I don't know, you can just get really creative.
Yeah, and you've really educated me since you've been here, because of all the things you can buy, like at Hobby Lobby or any craft store, like these things, I didn't know these existed.
Yep, they're buttons.
They're in any craft store. There's ladybugs in there and flowers.
You can find it, yep.
Yeah. So you said even I, who got my worst grades in art, can do this. So
yes, you can.
All right, this is something that children can do. And you know, if your kids walk into class with a Valentine like this,
they will love it.
It's a superior Valentine to what the other kids are bringing outside. So we've got this. Where did this come from?
Okay,
this is
just basically
construction paper?
Cardstock that I folded in half in a square shape. I got some Valentine themed paper for the background and cut out 2 hearts in 2 different, red colors, or you can do pinks or reds, whatever goes with the theme of your Valentine paper. And then at the craft store, you can find these little bags of Valentine embellishments, and right now they're like 50 off. Yeah, you can make 5 cards with them, or 3 cards, or 2.
And when you go to Hobby Lobby, usually everything's 50% off.
So I do the math. You can come out with actually 2 Valentines.
How would you do this? Because
they're adhesives.
You have a creative eye.
So you peel the adhesive in the back, Arthelene, and you are good to go. You attach it to your heart. You decide where you want to put your little strawberry, and
what fun to make these and then to have the kid take it to their teacher.
Well, it's brilliant. It has a little bit of glitter, and glitter always gives it some beautiful dimension.
So something like that.
And that's that simple.
That's
here's another really easy one too. Buttons. A little bit of glue, your tacky glue, your craft glue, and here I did it like a family. So I did my son, my daughter-in-law, the twins, and the little one-year-old
This one right
boy.
here?
Yes. And so you can add stickers and put your text to it. Go to your craft drawers, check out what you have already before you go out to the craft store.
How you can really personalize
You
them.
can, and that's the beauty of it. And handwriting is always lovely, so make sure you do handwriting as well. Love you, or
Okay, let's hold up a couple of these. This is your 2018 line, right?
I've got my 2018 line over here.
Okay.
All these
They're
cards
standing up.
are launched this year as my 2018 Valentine Collection that will be available on the website.
Like I say, it would be sacrilegious to throw one of those away. Now, you love ladybugs, and you said that you can show kids or whoever's interested how to make a ladybug very simply. Okay.
Very quickly. All you need are red and black paper, and different circle sizes to make the head of the ladybug and the body of the ladybug. The wings, you just basically need to cut a circle in half, paste some polka dots on it like we do right here, and if you're into the Valentine theme, you've got a little heart right there, and you can use this to make something like the garland behind us, to make a little, like a flower arrangement, but put the ladybugs on sticks, and you've got your whole home full of ambiance for Valentine's Day.
Oh,
and ladybugs in love.
What a display you've given us, because there's a lot of people watching right now. They've never seen a card like this. Ever.
Oh, well, it's
there are beautiful cards out there, and you pay through the nose for them, but I've never seen anything like this in a store.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
that's so sweet.
And we have had the website up, and they can order through the website, right? So I hope that you'll take advantage of that, because I really do believe if you give a card that is this lovely, it will be remembered for a lifetime. So thank you for coming. Make our Valentine's Day just a little bit nicer.
Oh, happy Valentine's Day.
Oh,
happy
you're always
Love's
welcome.
Day.
You're always welcome.
You.
Hey, stay with me. There's more coming up on St. Valentine's Day.
Arthelene would like you to keep the following information handy. You may contact Homekeepers by writing to Homekeepers, P.O. Box 6922, Clearwater, Florida 33758, or go to www.rippy.org. Remember, we always enjoy hearing from our viewers, and we thank you for your support.
Okay, could I ask you to send a gift of love to your Christian television network, to Homekeepers? The information's on your screen, and I'm always convinced that a lot of the viewers, a huge percentage of them, intend sometime to send an offering to Homekeepers. So let's work through, go with that intention today. A special love gift for Homekeepers, that would be so great. The information's on your screen. And I am so thrilled that Stephanie and Wanda have joined me. And we're going to talk about love. But you just celebrated a major
I just
milestone, right?
23 years married. In March, we'll be together 27 years.
Excellent.
So we went out to a fancy dinner. Mm-hmm. It was wonderful.
Yes, and your son kind of supplied that. That's a nice, that's the kind of boy to have.
Yes.
And Stephanie's married. Wanda and I are widows, and I have been for so long. But not Wanda. But you had a wonderful man, wonderful husband.
He was a wonderful Valentine, and he always sent me flowers, and it didn't have to have an occasion, and I think that's probably something I do miss, because that was just so sweet. But I really thought about this today, and I thought I wanted to share with the viewers, because sometimes when you're a widow, you just feel so alone. And it's a process that you work through, but I want to tell you today that, and it's not something that happens overnight. It takes time to work through it. But I will say to you that when God says He is our husband, believe it, because He has become my Valentine. I am very close with my Father. And I mean, when I get into situations, I tell him all the time, like this last weekend, I was in a very bad pickle. And I'm like, okay, Father, if you can get me out of this one, that would be so good, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm here at Atlanta airport, and I just don't know where I am. I don't know what I'm going to do if I miss this flight. And I went to the wrong gate. Can you believe that? Yeah, you would.
The wrong concourse.
Oh,
Well, but they told me to go there, and they just gave me the wrong sheet, so I didn't realize that was the wrong one. But anyway, and I'm walking in these nice shoes, right? And I'm like, my feet are killing me. And then so I'm like, what am I going to do? So I ran as fast as I could, run as fast as you can. Got to where I was
all
supposed
the way, right?
Right, and I said, God, if you can somehow delay this plane some way, make it happen for me, because I don't know what I'm going to do. I might have a meltdown, God. You know that wouldn't be pretty. I might cry, because when I get in situations, I panic, because Bill always handled stuff. If something went wrong, he took care of it. Well, now it's me. So, long story short, is I actually get to the place, and I said, did I miss my plane? Nah, I'm going to have a sheet. And I'm like,
it was late.
You're so plentiful. I'm like, thank you, God.
Oh,
so
what a blessing.
Yeah, it's such a blessing.
There's something about Bill that I knew Bill, and that you told me when you were recording. Wanda, she draws men. I don't, but she's no. Let me finish. Let
her finish.
You better.
There were two guys in love with you.
Yeah.
And Bill said, if you would be happier with the other one,
you can make it work.
You talk about sacrifice. You read that in books, but you don't hear it from human people.
Well,
he was a wonderful person.
He was. He just said, I love you enough to let you go. And so at that point, I really didn't have a history with Bill, but I had a history with this other one. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Yeah. So it's like I call my dad at 5 o'clock in the morning and said, Dad, okay, you're my dad, and you have to tell me what to do. And he goes, no, I'm not going to tell you. And I said, yes, Dad, you have to. And then he says, Wanda, you know what's right. And I said, no, I don't. Obviously, I've got it wrong, so no. But anyway, I said, you know what it reminds me of, Dad? King Solomon.
Yeah.
And you've got the two mothers coming before them that want the baby. Yeah. King Solomon, in his wisdom, knew that the one who truly loved the baby was going to say, you don't
hear those kind of stories. Now, where did you meet Bill?
He was my brother's best friend, and when I moved down here in 1995, my brother was trying to set me up with him, and I said, no. Stacy said he doesn't have any hair. He was bald head, and I'm like, I'm not interested. No, I can't do that. And Tracy, well, it's not. He's just moving to Tampa. He's not here yet, but he's coming off a rebound. And I'm like, no,
yeah, this is nice. But
yeah,
you were both Christians.
Yes.
Yeah, and
your favorite story.
Oh, no. Like I say, I met my husband in church, and Stephanie met hers in a bar.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I was not saved. Dave was backslidden. We met at Joyland. It was a country bar.
I used to pass it all the time on 19. It was a landmark.
Oh yeah.
And okay, if I recall, getting the thing was kind of going in a ditch, and your husband said, I think we need.
He said, I know where we need to go. Yeah. So he took me to church, a Pentecostal church, and I said, I am not going up to the altar You will not. He's like, that's fine. We'll sit in the back. Well, we ended up going to the altar. I ended up accepting the Lord.
Wow,
And,
that's awesome.
I
have
know,
gone
and
to
it's a
church
wonderful
ever
story.
since.
Do you know what I like about your story is that he took you to church. So often it's the other way around, and however you get there, that's great. But the fact that he recognized what was wrong, because you didn't grow up in church, did
No.
you? Yeah, yeah. All right. When you think of the scripture, you know, in Ephesians, where Paul really lays out people's kind of responsibility, but also that overlying truth of Christ in the church. If probably needs to be taught more, but if people really understood that, that would be the successful marriage. You couldn't miss on that. And I wonder how many husbands ever read it, take it in, and how many wives, because no matter what culture is doing, and men are marrying men, and women are marrying women, and people are changing their whole physiology, he made man and woman for marriage, and had great plans for it, great for it to be an illustration. And we've only got just a couple minutes left, but what basically do you think marriage teaches you when it comes to the whole scheme of living and of life?
Well, I heard something not long ago about the #1 reason marriages don't succeed. And you know, a lot of people say finances, they say, but it's unmet expectations. And that makes total sense. So anybody I know that's getting married, they're newly engaged, I tell them, I go, communication is going to be your key, because your husband can't read your mind.
I know.
You cannot read your husband. He doesn't know what you're expecting. His love language is completely different.
That's
than
right.
yours. He
That's
needs
right.
something different than you need.
Yep.
So you need to let him know what you need, and
That's
you
good.
need him to let him know what he needs, because that's
exactly
how
right.
it's gonna succeed.
I know. I had a counselor tell me once, because I was sitting there saying, well, you know, I think you can really tell what, you know, somebody's thinking because you've lived with them so long. No, you can't.
No, ma'am.
What about you?
Well, I concur with her. That's exactly what it is. And it's really, you can't be selfish. I will add to what she just said, you cannot be selfish. You cannot think that all your needs get to be met, but you don't meet the needs of your wife. If you're not kind to your wife from morning till end, what do you think you're going to get? She will reverberate exactly what you dished out. That's just kind of like the way we are.
Yeah.
And I also think too, when you forgive your mate, you need to forgive. Let's not bring it up in the next argument, something you had. And oftentimes women, when issues aren't truly resolved, they bring it up. I mean, I was
And
really
we bring
good
up
at
his
that.
mother too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for
women,
sure.
are good at deflecting. You know,
yeah,
we don't
exactly.
stay on message.
Yeah, that's right.
So these are things that, you know, you need to whirl around your mind once in a while and look in the mirror while you're doing it.
Yeah.
I look back at things I could have done so much better.
Yeah.
So much better. But you get in the hurry and the hubbub of life, and there really needs to be just couple time. And
Yeah.
probably that's one of the big problems in America.
And you know, you don't want to raise your children and forget your mate in the process, because when they go away, you've got your mate left,
That's
and
what
you're
we're
like,
discovering right now, like big time.
well, and it's not. You just almost have to find yourself again and put each other as important.
Yes.
I mean, your relationship with your mate and his with you is just got to be the #1 ticket. So,
But
yeah.
I think you realize that.
Yeah.
Oh, so
See, that's
well, I mean,
90%
we
of the
were so focused on, you know, extracurricular activities, grandkids, and everything, that when Alexis did leave, she didn't leave, but when she's out and about, like
college.
we sit there at night and we're like, okay, we have to figure out who we are, what we like, and we've got to go do it. We can't
Hello,
just sit
what's
here
your
every
name?
night. Yeah.
Because you can grow apart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not meaning it to happen, but it's absolutely true.
And sometimes the kids are the glue, and when they're gone, there's
Yeah.
glue is
there's
gone,
not that
yes.
solid foundation. So I hope that you, wonderful viewers of ours, hopefully we've given you some food for thought. Because It's wonderful when a nation just sets aside a whole day for love and for us to think about it, and remembering that it goes a whole lot deeper than the surfacey songs that we hear on this special day. Stay with me. I have a couple things to say before we have to say goodbye.
Arthelene would like you to keep the following information handy. You may contact Homekeepers by writing to Homekeepers, P.O. Box 6922, Clearwater, Florida 33758, or go to www.rippy.org. Remember, we always enjoy hearing from our viewers, and we thank you for your support.
Speaking of love, it really is the theme of the entire Bible. In the 12th chapter of 1 Corinthians, Paul explains in detail the gifts of the Holy Spirit and their proper use in the church. But he concludes his thought by saying, I show you a more excellent way. And that's when he wrote that unparalleled, matchless description of love. Now, this is a paraphrased version by Paul Johnson. Love is more than speaking words of eloquence. Love is more than knowledge can express. Love is not the fruit of man's intelligence, and love is not religious holiness. Love is more than feelings of emotion. Love's not just a four-letter word. Love is more than human devotion, because love's the sweetest story ever heard. For love is always patient, loyal, and true. Love will never selfishly pursue. Love does not uncover the wrong in review, but love abides when others are untrue. Love can bear rejection and injustice. Love has faith when everything goes wrong. Love can face 1,000,000 broken promises. And forever there will be always faith and hope and love. But the greatest of them all is love. Join me next time, friend, and please remember, there's no higher calling than that of a homekeeper. God bless you.
If you should miss a Homekeepers program, you can catch up by going to www.ctnonline.com. Click on CTN Programs and then on Homekeepers.